Was there a favorite thing you loved to demonstrate? Was there something, if if you knew for sure you could sell, if you get this in front of somebody, you knew you'd sell it?
So that's the name of the game. My job was to sell, and I had to learn how to sell. My father taught me how to do the demos though. Like I had to sell the demos. And I must admit, I think he took advantage that at a time when I'm a young girl, I was a kid, I was a teenager, but I looked younger than I was. So it looked like even more impossible. Like, how could this little kid, surprise you with this deck of cards? You must buy it. Like, he liked that idea of making it appear a little more simple or direct. And I mean, I grew up with this stuff too. So I was very comfortable with it. So handling cards or handling the coins or these very strange boxes and brass things and colorful copper things, cups and balls were floating all over the place. I mean, that's what I did, and I learned his demo routines. My dad had worked out these sets, and these sets were designed to have sort of like a beginning, middle, end, as all shows have. But he also designed it so it's sort of like easy, kind of not so easy, little sleight of hand. And so there was a range of skills that you could also sort of target. I mean, I would be doing this all day long. And in the summertime in Victoria, it was packed all day long. Between 12 and 5, it was always packed because tourists would come through not only in busloads, but in the cruise ships. So you'd have thousands of people milling about your city for this period of time. And they had money burning a hole in their pocket. They're here in Victoria. What are they going to do? They've been trapped on a ship. They got to spend some money. I was happy to help them do that. So I remember specifically hordes of people coming in, not 2 or 3, but in the summertime, like, easily groups of 20 or more would come in at any given time. And our shop was in this narrow format. They'd all funnel down to the counter, and it was like the stage. And then they were the audience. And so you do the demo and everyone understands it. After the demo, it's now time to buy. So what can I
Mhm.
get for you? What did you like? How did you like that one? I think that would work for you. And
Wow.
so that was how we learned how to sell. And you had to read people, I could tell who could do what,
Mhm.
just you could just kind of tell you learn to read your audience. And don't forget, my mandate in that particular job was to sell a trick, like wares. So you asked me if I had favorite ones. For sure I did. And it was because they had some kind of an impact. It was something that we could pull out and you could sort of handle. That was
Mhm.
important. The magic had to be handled when I was in the store. I was a very shy kid, and I found that the being in front of people, even though I was quite shy, gave me that natural ability to see some confidence, to think on my feet, to have to deal with certain situations. All of those things are life lessons as far as I'm concerned.
What do you miss most about your time in the magic store?
The shop was always really, unpredictable. You never knew who you're going to meet, who you're going to run into. But I think, the fun of what a simple magic trick can do, like with 2 strangers. This person comes in, maybe a mom comes in with her young daughter, and they see me behind the counter, and they're like, well, we're really shy. We're thinking about this idea of maybe learning a magic trick, for something maybe for school. And I love the idea that my small contribution to that young woman's idea of what magic can and cannot be, and to see her eyes light up and to see the possibility in her mind spark, well, that's the stuff that is for me real magic. You can touch a life and give something of a different kind of gift. And I don't get that in a day-to-day experience anymore. That idea of just coming across unusual situations, and you never know who you're going to meet in a magic store. So I do miss that. And I miss the idea of that magical place, like that place where people love to come. We were not a store where you would have to do your taxes. We were not a store that was going to give you grief over a mortgage. It was about fun. It was about delivering, literally selling fun. And I have to say that that's a unique experience I haven't had anywhere else.